On a warm spring night, under a sky thick with stars, one family simply vanished. No witness came forward. No clear evidence was left behind. This is their story. Who they were, what may have happened, and why their disappearance still haunts those left behind. Tonight, on Twisted Case File, we examine the life, the choices, and the chilling disappearance, the tireless investigation, and the unanswered questions that continue to haunt the community. Don't forget to like this video, share with friends, and subscribe. The Martins, David, Emily, Chloe, and Luke, were an ordinary family by many measures, hardworking, well-liked, part of the community. They lived in Hillside, a suburb of quiet streets and friendly neighbors. They kept to routines, seldom making waves, always polite. I saw them often, out front. Emily with groceries, Chloe riding her bike, Luke chasing after their dog. They seemed happy. There was nothing to suggest trouble. All the usual things you see in a family home. Emily taught at the local elementary school. Always baking, always helping with PTA. David built things, woodwork, small renovations. He was dependable. They were a solid unit. Emily had been a teacher for over a decade, known for her patience and warmth. David, a general contractor, balanced work and family well. The children were young. Chloe, 9, full of energy and laughter. Luke, 6, thoughtful and quiet. In the week before May 14, 2023, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The Martins followed their routines: school in the morning, work during the day, dinner as a family in the evening. None of the neighbors report arguments or unusual visitors. I remember Tuesday evening. The kids were in the front yard. Emily called them in for dinner. They all seemed fine. I thought, another typical family evening. Text messages, store purchases, children's school schedule. Every trace suggested the coming days would be like those before. Nothing to warn of a catastrophe. Soft yellow light from lamps inside. Digital clock reads 10:15 p.m. David and Emily are in the kitchen cleaning up dinner. Chloe and Luke are upstairs, maybe reading or playing quietly. On the night of May 14th, everything changes. According to records, the last known activity was around 10:30 p.m. Neighbors report no unusual sounds. No loud voices, no sirens. Nothing to suggest a struggle. The house appears normal. I didn't hear anything. I thought maybe someone had visitors because of the lights. But by midnight, lights in the house were off. The next morning, I realized something was wrong. By morning, May 15th, those who arrived at the house found everything exactly where it had been the night before, except the family. I called Emily that morning. No answer. I thought she was on her way to school or something. I called again, and then I drove over. The door was unlocked. Nothing seemed disturbed. But no one was there. Within hours, police were notified. Investigators swept the house for fingerprints, DNA, signs of forced entry, struggle, anything. But the findings were baffling. We found no signs of forced entry had been made. No broken windows, no doors tampered with. The car was in its usual spot. No torn curtains, no furniture overturned. No signs beyond a normal life interrupted. The kitchen still smelled faintly of last night's dinner. The TV remote sat mid-cushion. Kids' toys were scattered upstairs. It looked like everyone simply walked away. Even when a body isn't found, technology leaves footprints. Phone towers, credit card swipes, security cameras. They rarely lie. In this case, those traces became the foundation of the investigation. We pulled phone records from both parents and the kids. Emily's phone last pinged near their home at 10:35 p.m. The ping then disappears. David's phone, similar pattern. No outgoing calls after 10:40. The phones just go silent. We looked at all known credit, debit, and purchase records. What we saw: Emily's card attempted a transaction at a convenience store 2 towns over around 11:10 p.m., but the authorization failed. That's it. Nothing confirmed. And after that, nothing. CCTV gave more questions than answers. A small SUV drove past the house around 10:45 p.m., but whether that vehicle is connected to the disappearance is unproven. Facial features indistinct, license plate unreadable. As the investigation progressed, several theories emerged. Some dismissed early possibilities. Others dug deeper into darker scenarios. Here are the main possibilities. Voluntary disappearance. The family chose to leave. Abduction by someone known or unknown. Domestic issue/internal conflict, perhaps a hidden problem at home. Criminal activity, debt, threats, or involvement in dangerous affairs. Could the Martins have simply walked away? Everything indicates they didn't plan a disappearance. There were no large cash withdrawals, no packing, no ticket purchases. Personal items, phones, wallets, IDs were all left behind. In most voluntary disappearances, there's a trigger. A threat, financial ruin, emotional breakdown. We found no evidence of such stressors in this family. Their bills were paid, they had no known enemies. Abduction can take many forms: human trafficking, kidnapping for ransom, or even targeted violence. No ransom demands have been made, no communication suggesting coercion. But that doesn't rule out an abduction that's never surfaced. Some speculated domestic strife, arguments, hidden relationships, financial pressure. We spoke to friends, neighbors. No reports of arguments, no signs Emily or David had extramarital issues or addiction. Their marriage appeared stable. Could something from David's work or a secret life have drawn danger to their door? We checked David's contract jobs, clients. None had connections to threats or danger. No known legal troubles. After weeks of dead ends, some unexpected leads appeared. Small, sometimes contradictory, but enough to shift focus. A car-matching description of David's work vehicle found abandoned some 45 miles away, across county lines. It appeared locked, no occupants, no signs of damage. Interior clean. The vehicle was discovered by a passerby. It was parked in a remote lot. We processed it for evidence: fingerprints, fibers, trace materials. None of David's prints were definitive. We found nothing we could conclusively tie to the family's disappearance. A series of small camera feeds from gas stations and toll booths revealed something. The black SUV seen the night of May 14th passed through a toll plaza 40 minutes after midnight. The video is grainy, but you can see a vehicle arriving, pausing, lights off, then moving on. Plate unreadable. Direction headed toward a rural area where cell service is patchy. A week into the missing persons report, someone submitted an anonymous tip. A call from a woman who claimed she saw the Martins' children in a van near an abandoned warehouse just after midnight. We followed it up. The warehouse was abandoned, no one was inside. The tipster's description of the van didn't match other vehicle descriptions. It could be coincidence or disinformation. We couldn't confirm anything. Vigil held in front of Martin home. Neighbors light candles, hold signs, bring them home. We haven't forgotten. Children hugging each other. As the days passed, the Martins' disappearance rippled outward. Friends, neighbors, and townsfolk rallied. Candlelight vigils, posters, social media campaigns. Hope fought against despair. We didn't know how else to help. We organized searches, patrols, shared flyers. Everyone hoped for any clue, even the smallest one. Every night I think, maybe tomorrow there will be a clue. The mealtimes without them are the hardest. I still think they'll walk back in, just like any normal day. The stress on loved ones is immense. Ambiguous loss, when you don't know what happened, is especially cruel. No funeral, no confirmation. Just uncertainty. Investigators faced obstacles at every turn. Conflicting witness statements, loss of evidence, dead ends in forensics, time lag, and sometimes miscommunication. Several eyewitnesses reported seeing something vague: a van, shadows, lights. But human memory is fragile, especially under stress. Eyewitness testimony can help, but it can also mislead. Key evidence may have degraded. Cameras had short memory buffer spans. Some CCTV footage was overwritten before authorities reviewed it. Because the vehicle was found across county lines, cooperation between agencies was necessary. Some agencies had slower response times. Some records were harder to access. CCTV data was stored differently. That creates friction. Tip lines rang constantly. Many tips were dead ends, some contradictory. Separating the wheat from the chaff consumed resources. Detective looks through folders. Photos pinned on board, some tabs circled. Light streams through blinds, dust motes floating. As of now, 2 years since the Martins vanished, the case remains unsolved. No arrests, no bodies, no definitive answers. Yet investigators believe there is hope. We have persons of interest, leads that we're following even now. Advances in forensics, DNA, digital trace recovery might unearth something new. Cold case units may revisit evidence with fresh eyes. Sometimes breakthroughs come from unexpected quarters. Someone moves away, has a change of heart. Someone withholds knowledge until later. With a case like this, the long game matters. We cling to every small possibility. Someone knowing something, someone feeling guilt, someone remembering an odd detail. For us, giving up is not an option. Let's revisit the theories, with what we've learned since then, and explore new angles no one had considered. If it were voluntary, why would the whole family go? Children would have to be complicit or coerced. That seems unlikely. Also, the lack of financial or travel preparation argues against a planned departure. One recent line of inquiry: their digital lives beyond phone pings. Social media accounts, messages, forums. Nothing showed them discussing leaving. No secret code, no hint of threat. We combed through social posts. Emily's teacher account was normal. David's contractor updates were mundane. No encrypted messages discovered, no flagged posts. It's like they vanished off grid. Another possibility: someone David worked for. a former client, an unpaid subcontractor, someone offended or angry. We compiled a list of all clients in the past 2 years. None admitted to threats. Some had financial disputes, but nothing pointing to the disappearance. Could something environmental or accidental have occurred? A car accident, perhaps, somewhere remote, or a deliberate destruction of evidence. In hilly or wooded terrain, it's possible someone unfamiliar with the land could perish or become lost. But the lack of discovered remains, clothing, personal items in such terrain makes that less likely. Golden light bathes the house. Neighbors walking by, glancing up. Flowers left at the doorstep. Sign, never forgotten. For now, this is where the story stands. Unanswered, unresolved, but not forgotten. We urge anyone who thinks they know something to come forward. No tip is too small. Memories freshen. Guilt builds. People move. I believe they're out there. I believe someone holds a piece of the puzzle. We need that last piece. Vanished in the night, but not vanished from heart and mind. This case continues. The night may hide shadows, but the search reveals light. Thank you for joining us on Vanished in the Night, the case of the family. For updates, continue following Twisted Case File. And remember, sometimes the smallest clue can change everything.